I'm watching a review of Toad in the Hole from 1932, directed by George Marshall and produced by Hal Roach. So yes, we are back once again ready to discuss Laurel and Hardy on the channel. This time around, a short film that they made that I've seen many times growing up, and saw this again a few days ago now, and yeah, I wanted to give this one a review, of course, like I'm doing with most of the Laurel and Hardys that I see on the channel. And this time around, there'll be a spoiler warning again for this discussion. If you haven't seen this film, I simply recommend seeing it first and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this film in the comments and all things Laurel and Hardy. And so yeah, with all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film. And this one is such a special short to me. You know, it's the one that I've seen so many times, as I say, growing up, and just, you know, it's so funny to me. And it's just, you know, it's one of the shorts that kind of has this, you know, real progression to it, and the relationship between Laurel and Hardy themselves, you know, throughout the short, you know, is so well done in this one. And just the actual slapstick, you know, it's just so great. And you know, I think just the idea of them, obviously, you know, in this one at the beginning we have the kind of intro with a kind of with the horn and stuff, you know, fresh fish. You know, Hardy is you know, shouting this through the horn to sell fish, of course. That's what they're doing, and then Laurel comes up with this idea, of course, to kind of catch the fish themselves and then sell them, of course, and make more money. They intend to, and so with all that, you know, it's kind of, he says this idea, and then of course, you know, Hardy says, "Tell me that again," you know, typical Laurel and Hardy fashion, and one of the funniest in that sense as well. You know, the profits would go to the fish and all this, and you know, it's just so funny that, and but it does lead to them, yeah, basically trying to do up, you know, renovate and repair this, you know, old kind of run-down fishing boat, and that is the rest of the film. Really, the short is then doing it up, attempting to, you know, with Hardy being really successful at this, and every time that he's successful in painting or repairing part of the boat, Laurel, of course, messes things up, and it all kind of goes, you know, right. And yeah, I think the rest of the film is basically them bickering, you know, kind of great slapstick. You know, this kind of whole concept, you know, leads to one of the best, you know, in terms of potential for, you know, slapstick, and just the kind of back and forth between them, and the execution here is one of the best, you know, in terms of their shorts. This really is such a stunning film here, and I think just, even though it's obviously a short runtime, 21 minutes, you know, it's just so much packed into this. And just the dynamic between them in this one is so great. You know, I think just the way in which, you know, Laurel, you know, and Hardy are kind of trying to, you know, just kind of wash the deck there, and you know, you've got just Laurel keeps, you know, messing things up for Hardy, and you know, just, you know, when they're kind of taking turns, one of the best bits when they're taking turns, you know, soaking each other with the buckets and all this, and then you know, both about to grab something there at the end of that sequence, and then Hardy says, you know, it's a kind of nice moment there where he says, "We're acting like a couple of children. Let's, you know, kind of work together on this and just, you know, get on in that kind of sense." And you know, after that, you know, it kind of all goes even more wrong, and Laurel is constantly messing things up. I love the progression as well. You know, we've got Laurel getting the black eyes throughout the film, and also him being below deck at one point, you know, imprisoned, and just the whole, you know, sequence on deck, and then, you know, the way it kind of yeah, leads to him being below deck, and that great, you know, slapstick there, and just the creativeness, you know, of, I think, Laurel, when he's kind of he gets his neck kind of trapped in the pole there, in between the pole and the wood, and just before that he's been playing noughts and crosses on his own, which is so bizarre. And yeah, he does this, and he gets his neck stuck, and then he kind of panics, and he gets the saw, of course, and saws through the pole, and then Hardy falls down. The reaction from Hardy there is priceless, and you know, just into the mud again, with all the paint going everywhere. And just before that as well, we have the kind of bit where, you know, Laurel is kind of, you know, the bit where he pushes, you know, in aggression as well, you know, the kind of, the flap there, and Hardy goes down and into the paintbrush. That's one of the funniest moments, and just, you know, the whole bit where, one of my favourite moments is when Hardy is kind of, you know, above deck, and Laurel's, you know, off the boat there, and he's kind of just hiding behind different objects, and kind of peeking his head up there, and Hardy is kind of looking for him and stuff, and just the reactions there, the reaction shots, you know, Laurel's the way he's trying to hide from Hardy, and Hardy, that strange look on Hardy's face there, you know, what's going on, kind of thing, and it's so funny, and just throughout, you know, every single moment of this film, of this short, is just hilarious, really. We've also got an appearance from Billy Gilbert as Joe. He's the kind of junkyard owner, and he kind of briefs them beforehand, and then he goes off, of course. So just a slight appearance from him. You know, other than that, it's just obviously Laurel and Hardy together in this film, and it's just so contained. You know, so kind of bizarre at times, but it's just, there's so much control here from the direction, and it's just, for me, one of their classic shorts, one of their many ones that I just absolutely love, and I think the progression for this film, I think the visual gags and just the writing here, as always, really, it's just so sharp, so on point. I love at the beginning as well. We have the horn, and like the classic shorts, I think the way they link back things at the end. So we've got the horn, of course, and then when the kind of boat, is destroyed at the end, one of the only things that is kind of still intact, is that horn, and of course Laurel goes back for it and runs over and then blows it, and then leads to Hardy going, insane and just chasing Laurel, and that is the end, of course, of the short. So I love how it links this back, the bookends, of the film, and there's not a moment in this film that isn't hilarious. It's a real physical one, this, with the anchor as well. You just feel the weight, of all the kind of slapstick to this. That's one of the great things about Laurel and Hardy. One of the many great things. When they're at their best, at least, there's kind of this real physical comedy. That is so felt. It's so kind of, it's brutal at times. The kind of slapstick here, but it's also so charming, and it's just whimsical, upbeat, kind of jolly, shorts and features, of course, and I think this one is no exception. It's just all of the slapstick is pretty much perfect, in this, and I think the charm as well, the kind of banter back and forth. Even though this is one of the ones where I guess Laurel gets more, of a beating in this one, really, and there's more kind of back and forth between them in that sense, kind of friction, tension. I think there is, kind of the friendship as well. Is felt, especially when. That moment we have, the great moment when, as I say, Hardy's kind of saying, we're acting like children, let's, put all this behind us and just get on with repairing the boat, doing the boat up, and, I think it's one of those moments in between all the chaos that it's just, it's so essential to this, and, the use of the boat as well, as a set, really, just the way in which it progresses. We've got, moments where we think they're going to, repair this, and it's going to go well. And even in the end, we have the entire boat really finally being finished. It's all been done up. It's been repaired, all the leaks and all this kind of stuff. And it just takes one thing for them both really to mess up on there. And it's just, I guess when it goes rolling down the hill, and it just completely gets destroyed. It's just one of those moments, classic Laurel and Hardy moments. And as I say, just a kind of icing on the cake there when Laurel goes back with the horn, and that is the final nail in the coffin for Hardy, and it chases him off screen, really, and that's the end of it. And just another classic Laurel and Hardy short. This one, the way it's shot, the way it's edited, I think the progression of this, as I say, and just the charm as well as the kind of brutality of this, and all the moments where Hardy's getting paint on him, the paintbrush and the bucket of paint, and falling in the mud throughout the film, and also just when Laurel is kind of using the hose there at the moment when he puts it in into the below the deck there, Hardy's inside the boat, and gets it on his face, and just as well when he's kind of washing, and then it gets in Hardy's, if for some reason he's got an obsession in this one with getting Hardy's behind, wet there, and it's just so funny, and just a classic Laurel and Hardy short. So overall, my rating for this film is a 98%. So extremely high score from me. As you can tell, I love this film, and it's just a classic film from Laurel and Hardy, and just in 32, it's definitely again in their prime years, especially for the shorts, and I think it's just the one that I've seen many times. It's one of the first ones really that I saw growing up, and you just have great memories of this. It brings me back to my childhood, and I've seen it many times over the years since. And it was cool to see it, on the Blu-ray set behind me. Of course, it's one of the bonus free shorts that are on this, and with the 5 features as well. And I think on that, it's not the best of Blu-ray transfers. It's not, it's a bit shoddy there. It seems like it's just been upscaled, and it didn't look the best. Certainly for a Blu-ray, and that's to note there. But still, it didn't affect my enjoyment. I've seen this many times, and I guess in different ways it was obviously better than DVD. Seeing that, but it's just great to see this again. So many great memories of this, and just watching this over and over, and it's one of the classic shorts for me, as I say, and just everything in this film really, the way it progresses, all the slapstick, the writing, the performances here, some of the best, really reactions from Hardy in this one, real classic stuff, and Laurel as well. The way he's more innocent in this, and just hiding as well, at the different points in the film, and one of the more creative, I think, solo moments with Laurel when he's got his neck trapped in the boat, in between the pole and the wood there. That is a classic, legendary moment there. It's just always stuck with me, and it's so geniusly done there, and how it culminates as well with Hardy, once again falling off the boat. It's just classic stuff. This, so yeah, that's my thoughts on this film. What do you think? It'd be really great to hear, your thoughts on this film, and how does it compare for you to different Laurel and Hardy shorts? For me, it's among their best, really. But there's definitely ones that I think are even better. It's always cool to see where a film ranks, of course, and I think eventually we'll be doing kind of top 10, 15 videos, of course, on Laurel and Hardy, and one of the things I'll be doing is ranking, the features, and also, some of the shorts as well. If I can, I'll do ranking of all of the sound shorts, on the channel. But if I can't, I'll just do some, top 10, 15 videos. We'll see how it goes, because there's so many, of course, shorts. But definitely, I'll be doing, a full feature ranking, on the channel, and different Laurel and Hardy content over time, of course. So yeah, this month being the Halloween month, there's a couple of kind of horror-based Laurel and Hardy, shorts that I'll be talking about as well. So look out for them. Of course, we've got Oliver the Eighth, and just to kind of talk about some of the horror ones, of course, and just always talking about Laurel and Hardy going forward on the channel. It's always something I love to do. So it'd be great to hear your thoughts on this film and all things Laurel and Hardy in the comments. So yes, as always, take care and thanks for watching.